All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and here we go again. I definitely had to check this one out by Devory Darkins, how The View, Whoopi Goldberg absolutely tries to go off on RFK Jr. Now, RFK Jr. is trying to fix our foods and stuff like that. And you got Whoopi, who trying to pretty much push that a lot of people, instead of working out and, eating right, she'll rather, I guess, for them to take drugs and stuff like that, or either like Ozempic and stuff. The way I stand on this is that, for people to really, really like get healthy the way they should, I would recommend eating right and exercising. That right there is the more organic way to do it, because a lot of times when you start taking like drugs and pills and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff have bad side effects, even though a lot of that stuff will work pretty fast to try to help you lose weight. But we all know that pills and stuff like that does have side effects. So the way I would do things, I would rather like eat right and work out, like do the best exercises that I can, because there's a lot of people that said they even took Ozempic, but at the same time, you can take stuff like that, but if you ain't eating right, it still ain't gonna do you no good. I mean, like I said, when you eating the burgers, the pizza, you eating a lot of sugar, like like snacks, sneaker bars, and all that type of stuff. So even if you taking like these pills and stuff or whatever the case may be, if you ain't eating right, it still pretty much is not going to help you. But yeah, here go Whoopi Goldberg wants to try to go off on RFK Jr. And you already know they always got to throw Donald Trump in it as well. And not only that, they actually, like what I'm hearing on Twitter, that they cut out a segment that the producer really had to go up there and talk to Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar, because Whoopi felt like Joy Behar accidentally called her fat, called her overweight. I mean, this right here is crazy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this. Shout out to everybody who always watches the entire video. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much for that. Let me know in the comment section that you did stay to the end. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and dive straight into it, y'all. Let's go.
So this is the type of video that if you're sensitive, you might not want to watch, because RFK Jr. has definitely been critical of the drug Ozempic, and ladies on The View did not take that very well. In fact, they lost it. Now, before we get to what they had to say, let's look at what RFK Jr. said about the drug.
How do you feel about GOP-1 drugs? Do you think that they are a net positive?
I think that the best thing is the first line of response should be lifestyle. It should be eating well, making sure that you don't get obese, and that those GLP drugs are, have a place.
Well, I find a lot of people want to put words in your mouth. A lot of people want to say, you know what, this guy is not in favor of all vaccines. That's just untrue.
Yeah, that's untrue.
Good. I wanted to know that, because I think that I'm tired of people lying about you, okay?
Now, the only reason why this is even a controversial thing is because RFK Jr. clearly has been nominated to be the director of the Department of Health and Human Services. And so he would obviously impact that industry and their ability to sell that drug, because the government wants to subsidize it. And RFK Jr. is totally against that. In fact, he believes that the government just took that same money, whatever they want to subsidize, and just gave it to Americans to get a gym membership, to buy 3 organic meals, right? And to seek actual counseling. And if the government paid for all that, we would be healthier as a country. Now, before I really give you my whole thoughts about all this, here is what Whoopi Goldberg had to say about this, because clearly she didn't like it, and I'm sure you know why.
There could be a White House drug war brewing over anti-obesity meds like Ozempic. Health Secretary nominee RFK Jr. has railed against them, claiming America's addicted to drugs and weight loss should come from diet and exercise.
It should.
But Elon Musk, nominee for the just made up Department of Government Efficiency and the actual real VP, wants to expand. Yeah, you heard me. Wants to expand.
She thinks she know everything.
Saying nothing would do more to improve the health, lifespan, and quality of life for Americans than making the drugs affordable for everyone. Now, most Americans agree with Elon Musk, but the question is, who's the boss going to side with? But I just want to throw this out, because the medical cost of adult obesity-related disease in the U.S. range from $147 billion to nearly 210 billion per year.
Yeah.
So what is the downside of a miracle drug that cuts that much out of the budget? And if someone's doctor examines that, prescribes a medication, shouldn't that be the only metric of healthcare coverage? Why should a numbers cruncher with no medical background have any say? And I don't understand why you want to be in my business.
Okay, so let's just address a few things. Number one.
I think it's funny about Whoopi saying somebody be in her business, but yet she's always in everybody else's business. That just don't make sense. And Whoopi always talk like she know exactly what she's talking about when she don't. Everybody knows, to me personally, the more healthiest way is to eat right and exercise. It's the more healthiest way because, like I said, when I'm not messing with anybody who do it. People do whatever they want. But at the same time, a lot of pills and stuff, that stuff does have side effects. It really does.
Let's put this into different buckets. There's the bucket where people clearly need to be prescribed something like this because they do have a certain condition at this point, right? That I'm not going to talk about those individuals. I'm talking about the individuals who have not actually legitimately tried to lose weight whatsoever. They are continuing to make poor lifestyle choices, and they're looking for a shortcut. This is what's wrong with America. We are addicted to consumption. We actually don't want to do the work. We want to have convenience. We want to find the best and fastest and quickest way to get a result. And that comes at a cost, right? Because life is trade-offs. And an example of that trade-off by taking this type of drug is the long-term safety is unknown.
That's
we
what I
don't
was
know what's
saying.
going to happen in the next 20, 30 years by taking something like this because we haven't been able to study it for that long.
This isn't just about food.
No, it's not.
This is sometimes people are born genetically larger.
No, that's not true. It ain't the thing that people are just born. See, Whoopi she just says all of these crazy things. Like I said before, I'm not here to shame anybody or whatever they do. If somebody was to ask me what would I do, I'm saying I'm going to eat right. It's all about the choices that you make. Because trust me now, if you're a person, if you not eating sugar, you eating your vegetables and stuff like that, you drinking your water, you staying away from like fast food, it's definitely going to help you. And especially along with eating right and exercising, you're going to lose weight. See, the thing about Whoopi, like she can't even tell the truth. She only want to go against RFK Jr. because he supports Donald Trump. That's the only reason, because if he was over there with Joe Biden, she wouldn't be saying anything. She wouldn't. And like I said, when you do like Ozempic and stuff, them are shortcuts. And when you're trying to get fast results, that stuff, it comes with a price. So, not saying anything will happen to somebody, but a lot of times it even tells you when you read on like a lot of the labels, it say it could have an effect. We don't know what type of effect that may be. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you do it organically, like eat right, just make different choices. Like with your eating, just make different choices. Get rid of the chips. Get rid of the sodas. Get rid of all that. Eat your vegetables and stuff. Drink your water. Exercise. Not saying you can't ever eat chips. Just eat them like occasionally, like every now and then. But if you just stop eating that type of stuff like sugar every single day, you're going to lose weight along with you exercising and making like different choices and stuff like that.
No, I know you didn't. But I want to say this to
RFK?
That's his name. Because you're setting folks up for shame.
Yeah. What?
That's what you're trying. Maybe you don't know you're doing. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say you don't know, you don't realize what you do to people when you say stuff like that, because it doesn't work for everybody. And I'm going to show you, sir, because I weighed close to 300 less than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And without the Mounjaro, this would not have happened.
There you go. Take it off. Take it off.
Now, please do not take it off, right? Listen, let me just address this whole myth that people are born fat because,
That's-
that is a
come on.
lie, by the way.
That's a lie.
The reason why people obviously become obese is due to multitude of things, okay? And I'm going to give you the top 3. One, it's a psychological thing. They are programmed to be overweight. These are individuals that grow up in a family where everyone is overweight. So they see that their parents are overweight, their uncle is overweight, and the way that they eat in the family causes them to be overweight. That's number one. Secondly, the lifestyle choices. Are they active? Do they go outside?
That's another thing that I was just saying for a minute ago. Like, are you active? Are you exercising? Are you getting up and moving? Because if anybody just say, for instance, if you're just a person that just sits in the house, you snack all day, you eating a lot of sugar, you eating a lot of like burgers, fries, pizza, whatever. Especially like the foods that's high in calories. If you constantly like eating like that every single day and not exercising, not moving around, you're going to gain weight. Everybody knows that. The thing about it, Whoopi won't even tell the truth on that show. She won't even tell the truth. It's nothing wrong with RFK Jr. saying, hey, just change up your habits of what you're eating. If you want to go on a diet, go on a diet. I'm telling you, like, I just don't get it with Whoopi. She talks like she knows what she's talking about when she don't. She starts yelling and stuff, and make it seem like just because you're yelling, that means you're right. No, that don't mean you're right. It just make you even look even more dumber.
Who do they spend their time with? Are they spending their time with people who are in shape, or are they not? And then number 3, the food that they're eating and how it impacts the genetics that have been passed down to them. So for an example, diabetes runs in my family. This is why I stay away from sugar. See, things like that actually contributes to why people are overweight.
Yep.
This worked for me. This may work for y'all. You cannot take it out of people's hands if it can help. Because if we can keep people healthy, if we can get rid of diabetes, if we can get rid of all of the things cardiovascular, what's wrong with trying to do that?
Nothing.
You're wrong on this, R.
Also, the side effects are not horrible. But what does Kimberly Guilfoyle think of it? That's what I want.
George Behar literally just said side effects. It ain't. Oh my God, man. So the thing is, RFK Jr., he don't want anything to happen to anybody. All he want to do is, make sure America is like, make sure they eating right. And then you got these women. It's like it don't matter if RFK Jr. or Donald Trump is right about something. They just gotta find something wrong with it just to have something to talk about. What's wrong with RFK Jr. saying, hey, there's nothing wrong with going on a diet and exercising? That's not a bad thing. Not everybody want to take shortcuts, because a lot of times shortcuts can lead to stuff when you start taking a lot of pills all the time and trying to lose weight. That stuff ain't for everybody. Everybody's body can't handle them drugs and stuff like that. Everybody's body can't handle that. And I just don't get why they sitting up here talking like this. This is crazy.
She's going to agree she got a body now.
Yeah. Where does Elon Musk come and RFK Jr., 2 medical experts? Who are they?
Elon's right on this.
Elon's right on this.
Yeah.
Also, maybe the brainworm will shrink. Never mind.
Okay, so Joy is a pathetic individual who has nothing better to say than to obviously tear people down, but then complains about it when it happens to her.
Exactly.
Right? So there's that. Now, getting back to the actual losing of the weight and why these drugs are actually not the answer. Now, will they work short term? Of course they will. Everybody knows that. But long term, what are the impacts? That is what we don't know. Here's another thing. When you're taking a drug that modifies the biology of your body, right, there are going to be some drawbacks to that. We have to understand the human body is perfectly designed to heal itself. But if you're not eating the right food and you're not living the right lifestyle and you don't think like a healthy person, then you can't expect to get the outcomes that you're really looking for as it pertains to your health. Even though you may see people who lose weight on this drug, it still does not mean that they're healthy. This is why RFK Jr. is so important.
That's right.
What's really killing people and why we're overweight to begin with is not because we're born that way. It's because of what's in our food. And that's why the drug companies who push these types of products don't want you to buy into that type of mindset, because then what would be the purpose of...
He is right. It is a lot of stuff in our food that is really, really bad. And Donald Trump said this for the longest, that RFK Jr. is going to come in and he's going to fix this stuff. So now, of course, you're going to get a lot of people that's going to go after RFK Jr. And it's just crazy. The man just want to fix the stuff that is wrong with our food, but yet we already know who gonna come out. We know the View gonna have something to say. If it's anybody that supports Donald Trump, that's around Donald Trump, or any one of Donald Trump's cabinet picks, we know they're gonna say something. We know the View, they just can't hold their tongue. They just gotta say something. They gotta be different just to try to get people's attention.
Their drug at that point. Now, this is why they're trying to get the government to subsidize it. And here is Sonny Holston speaking on that.
About this health care insurance issue, one thing that I was just reading is that Medicare is not allowed to cover medications used for weight loss alone. When are we going to start taking care of people in our society that are older, that have given in to this?
You rarely see a really fat old person. You know why? Because they die. That is the fact.
Well, the other thing, they die
because they're overweight.
Because they're overweight. The other thing,
it's true. They have heart attacks,
and then the other
all the diseases.
But the one last thing I'll say is,
you're not overweight, Whoopi.
Now, if y'all look at that, when Joy Behar said that, Whoopi looking like, oh, she talking about me. Look, I'm gonna take this back. This is what I was talking about right here, but yet they had cut it. They had cut it. That's why I was talking about like the producer and stuff. Supposed to be went on stage, but of course you know how the View is. You go on X, you find out everything. But look at this right here. See, and she didn't like this. And of course they had a little confrontation like after the show went off as well. So let's take that back and listen to what Joy Behar said and watch Whoopi's face. That's the reason why I'm saying she was talking about Whoopi, but she tried to clean it up. But Whoopi knew she was talking about her because, you know, Whoopi said she was big a while back. And of course, you know, she took pills and stuff like that and lost weight. Listen to this.
That are older, that have given in to this.
You rarely see a really fat old person. You know why? Because they die. That is the fact.
Well, the other
look at Whoopi's face. Watch Whoopi.
Because they're overweight.
Look at her.
Overweight. The other thing,
it's true. They have heart attacks,
and then the other
all the diseases.
But the one last thing I'll say is,
you're not overweight, Whoopi.
The one last thing.
She said not anymore. See that?
Wegovy is covered for obesity by Medicare, but only if the patient already has cardiovascular disease.
Yeah.
Well,
So
in addition
this
to
does
the
not
older
make
people,
any sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to individuals like you because you guys are only looking to actually treat the symptoms.
Yep.
You're not looking to treat the root cause. And that's exactly what I've been saying throughout this entire video.
Yeah, he right. You just trying to fix the symptoms, but you ain't talking about like the overall impact that it's going to have to your body. Like I was trying to say, when you start taking a lot of like pills and stuff like that, it's not good for the human body, especially when you constantly taking them and you're taking them every single day. Everybody's body works different. Everybody's body is not the same. Some people's body can handle a lot of pills. Some people's bodies can't. And that right there is what Whoopi is not telling them. And they just, I'm telling you, they are so freaking delusional, man. It's nothing wrong with saying, hey, change up what you eating, kind of try to cut back on the sugars, try to exercise, stay active, whether you like, even if you just go outside and you walk every day, as long as you're doing some form of exercise, it ain't got to be something like very, very like hard exercise. And you can just get up and just walk every day, take a walk, anything, long as you staying active and you moving, it helps out.
Okay, you don't die because you're overweight. Okay?
Exactly.
You die because you're unhealthy in your body. You're not eating correctly. You're not living the right lifestyle. And I guarantee you're not thinking positively either on a daily basis. I mean, it really is that simple. And because it's that simple, most Americans will refuse to accept it. And it's because we've been programmed to believe that we need that secret, most new, groundbreaking drug to solve whatever problem we're having in our life. And really, the solution is in here and in here. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
That's what it is.
Just so you guys know, this isn't my opinion. Let's just look at the facts. According to the CDC, the #1 killer of Americans is heart disease, and #2 is cancer. You do not get heart disease from being overweight. You get heart disease by what you eat. Normally, okay, generally speaking here, right? And what would be that? Processed foods is what causes heart disease, okay? And I will also say this. Think about the food that you eat today versus what your grandparents were eating 50 years ago. I mean, how many fast food restaurants existed back then? Also, how many fake foods existed back then when you walked into the grocery store? It's like night and day.
Yep.
People, we live in a capitalist system. You honestly think these food companies, these drug companies really care about your health? Absolutely, they don't. They have shareholders.
Exactly. That's the reason why I said you be thinking McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Sonic, McAllister. Like, well, I ain't gonna say McAllister. McAllister is actually pretty good. But if you think about a lot of the other places, they don't care about anything. All they care about, they don't care about your health. Only thing they care about is your healthy bucks. They just want your money. You can come in and buy all the burger fries. You can buy whatever you want. They do not care. They just want your money.
They're trying to turn a profit at the best of their ability.
Exactly.
And that means they're going to sell out our health every step of the way.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to prove to you how simple it is to start living a healthy lifestyle by you answering this.
But salute to Devori Darkins. Make sure y'all go to his channel. Let him know that I sent you. You can see right there on the screen. Devori Darkins. Type that in on YouTube. Go subscribe to his channel. Let him know in the comment section that The Real Adogg sent you. I definitely had to check this out. And it's just sad that you get Whoopi. Like, she should be preaching and saying, like, hey, there's nothing wrong with RFK Jr. saying. We should, be eating better. Exercise definitely helps out. Dieting. And then a lot of times you ain't even really got to go on a full diet. You can just make more better decisions, like with what you eating. Like, if you know you're eating a lot of sugar, just cut it back. Don't mean you really have to stop altogether, but just cut it back. Maybe eat sugar once a week, twice a week at the most. Just cut it back. And like I said, just start making more healthy decisions. Eat your vegetables, your grilled chicken, just stuff like that. But Whoopi won't even say that. She won't even say it. She just want to be right about everything she say, and she start yelling. So like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.